Hello all. It is your boy, Alyx Man, and my voice is gone. So there will be no yelling, over dramatic speaking. It will be calm, relaxed, and chilled. Cause I can't get any higher than this. I wasn't supposed to go to tonight's pay-per-view, which was WWE's Elimination Chamber 2019, live here in Houston. I was dealing with financial woes, and the plan was to go to the meet and greet where Becky Lynch had that incredible turnout of fans. I didn't get the exact number, but let's just say the Cricket Wireless store that she was at is 5 minutes away from my house. There were fans camping out overnight. And these fans drove from Dallas, Texas, San Antonio, and Victoria. They drove hours to camp out in front of this store to meet Becky Lynch. And my dumbass decided to wait the day of to show up. I arrived, I left my house an hour earlier. I arrived there 30 minutes earlier. And then I didn't get in line until like 10 minutes before it started because the line was so long. Guys, so here's the store. Let me just give you a picture. Here's Cricket Wireless, right? Here's the store. Then here's the line where it starts. The line went over here and then wrapped around the store, I think twice. And I had to walk my dumbass to the back of the line.
You gotta show up at least hours before Becky meets.
I know. Shut up. I underestimated the man. That was my fault. I will never do that again. But I'm just giving you the depiction of how long the line was. It was wrapped around the store. And my dumbass decided to go to the meet and greet an hour, and there was no way in hell. Like, I barely even got around the first part of the store to even meet Becky, because by the time I even came around, she was done, and she extended it. She extended the meet and greet 30 minutes. And if she had her way, she would have stayed there to meet everybody, because she even said on Twitter she wanted to stay and meet all the fans. But as you know, she had to be there at Chamber because, she's suspended and she's injured. So she still has to come to work. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. But that was dumb of me to wait and go that late. And I feel bad because one of my fans, his name is Razman, sent me a letter. And he wanted me to give it to her. And I told him I would. And I didn't because I was dumb. I underestimated the man. I should have showed up the day before or a
It would be funny if she sits inside the first tent when she arrived, just waiting for her to wake up. That sounds hilarious.
It just goes to show you once and for all that Becky Lynch is a draw. So all this talk with wrestlers and wrestling fans, I think Becky Lynch can't draw. Look at all these low attended shows. Look at all these ratings and the show declining and all kinds of assets. This goes to show you the pictures that I posted on my Twitter. That just goes to show you that Becky Lynch is a draw. You cannot tell me this woman is not the most popular wrestler. Fans drove from different parts of Texas to camp out to see her. That is what draws do. Is it on the level of Stone Cold Steve Austin or a Rock? No. But Becky is drawing the people, no matter where she goes. So, all this talk about Becky not being a draw, it stops. It ends. It has ended. It's done. She is a draw. And your boy Alyx Man, had to find out the hard way what kind of a draw she is. So next time she comes Next time the man comes around, I'll be sure to buy me a tent and camp out for her meet and greet. But the good news is, despite me not being able to see her meet and greet, I got a call from my aunt, my Auntie Veronica and Uncle Jason, who knew I did this wrestling podcast on the side. And they knew WWE came to Houston, and they gave me a call. They actually texted me saying, hey, are you going to the show tonight? And I said, no, I can't afford it. And out of the kindness of their hearts, they sent me money to buy a ticket. And I can't tell you how. For someone, those of you who have seen my video on depression and anxiety, for someone like me to have a loving family like that, you have no idea how that makes me feel. I was so happy to be able to buy a ticket and go there live. I was in the nosebleeds. I didn't care. I will get nosebleed seats. I love going to wrestling events. I love the atmosphere. I don't care about the commentary, about watching it on TV. I can always do that anytime. Being there is a totally different experience. And personally, I feel like I was able to enjoy the show more because I was there live. I was there in the thick of it.
Don't get to view you live much, but I can now thumbs up medium dark skin tone.
Don't get to view you live much. Live much. Why she said live much? Jesus Christ. Liv Morgan? Who knows? But yeah, guys, it was a great experience to be there live. And I can criticize WWE all I want about their TV product, about the way they write their storylines, about the way they produce their shows, and I still will in this review. But I cannot deny the live experience is a totally different level. And I love watching these shows live. And next time they come to Houston, it will be the Royal Rumble. And I am going. Best believe I am going to the Royal Rumble. And whoever is doing a meet and greet around then, I will be camping out. If it's Becky Lynch, Becky, I'm going to meet you. I will meet you, Becky. One way or another. When the man comes around, your boy, the Lex Man, will be seeing her. If this is the first time you're watching your boy, do yourself a favor. Like the video and subscribe. Help your boy get to 30,000 subscribers. And if you want to help expand the brand of your boy, the Lex Man, even more, you can do a couple of things. You can like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at TheLexManVX1. You can donate using PayPal, Patreon, or Super Chat, as you've seen Aaron Sherwood and TVA and others have done. Godlike. But most importantly, you can buy yourself a Deluxe Man t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. Also, quick shout out to 5 fans who came and said hi to me during the meet and greet and the shows. I want to give a shout out to Gabriel and Angel. I think Gabriel I met at the show. Oops. Oh, thank you, Godlike, for your $2 super chat. Well, $1.99. I appreciate that, buddy. But Gabriel and Angel, I met at the show. I also met Brian at the show. Who else did I meet? It was Michael Gross. I think I said your name right. Michael Gross. These are people who watch me on the regular, surprisingly, and they recognize me.
Keep doing this, man. Glad you got to go the show.
Thanks, Jordan. I appreciate that. I'm trying to remember. There was a guy who... I forgot your name. I knew I was going to forget your freaking name. I feel bad. It was a guy who was driving in his car. And he said what's up to me. And I stopped to say hi to him. And I just forgot his name. I feel so bad. Thank you for saying hi. Whoever you are, if you're watching this, please comment down below what your name was. I forgot your name. I'm so sorry. And then there were 2 more people at the meet and greet I was talking to on the line. Matthew, and Jennifer. There you go. Matthew, Jennifer. Thank you for saying hi to me. I forgot the name of the guy who said hi to me in the car. Damn it. Listen, I feel so bad. I really do feel bad about that.
First time since Fastlane 2018 where a WWE Championship match was main event. Sorry if I went off topic.
It's alright, man. It's cool. Thank you for that super chat donation, by the way. Again, if I forgot your name, which I have, please let me know, whoever you are. But I won't forget you guys' name because I'm gonna read them right here. Let's go to the super chat. Super chat, ladies and gentlemen. Well, not super chat. This live chat. But who's in the chat? Godlock's.
Okay, I'm done.
Thank you, Godlike, for your donations, buddy. You're awesome. I appreciate it. Let's see who's in the live chat. We got Gregory Gold, Godlike, Aaron Sherwood, Deepak. Did I say it right? Deepak. TPA Cliff, Nick Man, aka Atlanta, Spain, CD, Arthur Kens, Pikachu Black, Elias Ademi, Nick. Oh Lord, super chats are coming in like crazy.
I saw Beck start Convo WPPL who froze up entirely.
Really? Damn. So she has so much star power to her that people just freeze up talking to her. I personally would probably freeze up too because I'm like, oh my God, it's Becky Lynch. And she's looking and talking to me. Holy crap. I don't know. But that's definitely something I have to do. Let's see here. Nick King says I was late by a minute. My bad. I didn't know I was on the schedule. Sorry, Nick. Gosh. Anyways, good to see you, Nick. Notorious MMA. Spinosaurus. Amandeep Singh. That's a interesting name. Joseph Hatcher, Keon Cody, Daniel Ketchup, Officially Miles, Justin Long, Juan Lopez, Drew Fire 901, Mark Lovin.
Didn't watch the show, watched UFC on ESPN instead. Did I miss much?
Well, if you check the results, you kind of miss plenty. I believe, just to kind of get into the show now, if I didn't say your names, not because I hate you. There's a lot of people here in the live chat. Good to see you all. Love you all for tuning in to your boy Deluxe, man. Thank you for making me a part of your day. But I thought this show overall was a good show. I really enjoyed myself. I thought it delivered on so many things. And I'll admit, I am biased because I was there live. So maybe it didn't come across as well live when you're watching it at home. And again, I'll admit, commentary does kind of bring down the shows. And I didn't have commentary. And I don't think I need to hear about Corey Graves right now. We'll get to him in a second. Yes, I will talk about Corey Graves and Carmella briefly before we talk about the show. But regardless of how it came across on TV, the live experience was amazing.
Love Ali, but this year Mania gotta be Kofi v. Bryan.
Y2 Jericho, you ain't said nothing but a word. You ain't said nothing but a word, my friend. I'm about to echo your sentiments in just a second. But overall, really enjoyed the show. Definitely one of WWE's best outings in a while. I thought it was better than Rumble. I like this better than Rumble. Granted, again, I was there live, so my biased perspective might put this a little bit over past pay-per-views. But give me your thoughts. Maybe you guys felt the exact same way. Maybe you felt even better about this show than I did. So give me your thoughts about it down below. Let's talk about Mr. Corey Graves and a scandal that he was involved in. Yes, sir. We got some drama happening in the WWE. I'll keep this brief. those of you who don't know about the situation, Corey Graves' wife went on Instagram. It was all over the dirt sheets and exposed the poor bastard and his adultery schemes. Apparently, Corey Graves has been cheating on his wife with Carmella. Yeah, some of you went, wait, not Mandy Rose? Me too. At first I was like, I thought it was going to be Mandy Rose because that would make so much sense. No, it was freaking Carmella. Oh Lord, I agree.
Charlotte Flair first Raw champion, Becky Lynch first SD Live champion, and Sasha Banks and Bayley first tag champions. WWE 4 horsewomen in control.
Not to mention Sasha and Bayley are former women's champions in their own right. Oh Lord.
Good you was able to go live. Watching it live is always better.
I think we got one more coming. Do we have one more coming? Yes, we do. Guys, Super Chat Party. Let's go. Let's go. I'm cool with it. Keep them coming.
I'll still check it out on the network though, so it's all good.
Hey, do me a favor and watch it, and then come back to me and tell me how you felt about it. Because again, seeing it live is one thing, it's another. Speaking of another, we got another Super Chat coming in. Jesus Christ, here we come. Bro, I can do this all day. I love it.
Kevin Dunn is sad that Bryan won. Can't yet eat his title made of wood.
Ha! Oh, Nick, come on, man. I told you I lost my voice, don't make me laugh that much. But you know Kevin Dunn was like, God damn it. I was hungry today, too.
Mandy vs Carmella Graves on a pole match at Mania.
Holy crap. I mean, I don't think we're going to let him live this down, but is that it for the Super Chat Party? I'm pretty sure we'll get more. Let me see if I can get a thought in before more come in. So, Corey Graves cheated on his wife with Carmella. And as you would know, when you expose this stuff on the internet and it gets wind, it gets wind.
Vince doesn't like full-on black dude as WWE champ.
It's looking like it. It's looking like it, but we'll get to the end of this review in just a second. I'm going to go in on WWE with that. But in terms of this whole debacle with Corey and his wife, I've already said my piece. I've always thought Corey Graves was a corporate kiss ass, especially when he threw his best friend CM Punk under the bus. I have lost respect for him. That was not cool. And now that I see that he's cheating on his wife, that's also not cool. But I'm not going to be someone that says he should lose his job, he should be punished. Whatever he does outside of his normal habitat on WWE TV, that's his business.
damn you WWE. The one time you decide to have it good is the night I don't watch.
That's how it works, Spinosaurus. Notorious MMA says, I'm surprised the crowd didn't chant fire Corey. Well,
Kofi versus Ali versus Bryan. 3-way at Mania, let's go.
I'm scared to talk now, because I'm scared if I give a thought out, another super chat's gonna hit. So let me get this one out real quick before this next one hits. So, Corey Graves and what he did was horrible. But him being fired, if we do that, god damn it.
Super chat party.
Super chat party. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. All right, let's get to it. So, what Corey did to his wife was awful. And I expect him even less than I already did. But if we're going to fire Corey Graves, do you understand how many people we would have to fire as well? Bray Wyatt cheated on his wife. John Cena cheated on his wife. So many wrestlers cheated on their wives in wrestling. People we don't even know of. And we're just talking about the men. I didn't mention the women. So once you start that precedence, then you have to continue it. And you have to apply it all across the board. I really don't think, as much as I hate to say it, him cheating on his wife is a fireable offense. It does hurt the WWE's image in a sense, especially since Corey Graves told his wife that if she didn't take down the Instagram post, WWE will sue her. And if that's true, that really doesn't make the WWE look good. But at this point in time, we only got the side of the wife. We don't know what Corey's side is. At this point, I don't think anything he says is going to really help him out. Because Corey is a douchebag. He has thrown CM Punk under the bus. And it really does look like he cheated on his wife. So no matter what way you look at it, you cheated on your wife, buddy. I don't care if she was hard to live with. You decided to have kids with her. You decided to marry her. You decided to make a commitment. So, however this situation turns out for you, you have to live with it. Nobody else. That's all I gotta say about it. We did see Carmella face some of the wrath of this situation from the Houston audience. And we'll talk about that in just a second. But that's all I got to say about Corey Graves and the Carmella debacle. Give me your thoughts about that down below. We can finally get into the show. So let's get into it. The kickoff match was a Cruiserweight Championship match. Buddy Murphy taking on Akira Tozawa. It was... I got to say it again. WWE, you have got to stop putting the Cruiserweights on the kickoff show. Someone in the company needs to put their foot down and tell these assholes to start treating these Cruiserweights with respect. Every single Cruiserweight match has been good to great to amazing. Much more deserving of a spot on the main card. Seriously, it makes zero sense for these Cruiserweight matches, as good as they are, to not be opening up the show or get a spot on the card. This is no different. I thought Buddy Murphy and Akira Tozawa had a great match. Great match. Buddy Murphy has been a delight in the Cruiserweight division on 205 Live. And he's way too good to be on anybody's pre-show. Anybody's pre-show. And y'all know that. Stop featuring these guys on the kickoff. Just stop it.
Is Big Cass still with Carmella?
No, he is not. They broke up. But speculation is Corey might be a reason why they broke up. The plot thickens. Lord have mercy. But the Cruiserweight match was amazing. Okay, not amazing. It was great. Buddy Murphy is a joy to watch. The best kept secret for a good reason. He retained his championship against Akira Tozawa. Stop featuring this guy on the kickoff. He needs to be featured on the main show. If he is on the kickoff of WrestleMania, I will be pissed off. Stop doing that to the Cruiserweights. Stop it. You could have had Rusev and Nakamura fight the Good Brothers on the kickoff for all I care. Who knows? But, yeah, man. that was the kickoff. And then we opened up the show with the Elimination Chamber match for the Women's Tag Team Championship. It was, let me get these names right. It was Women's Tag Team Samoans, Nia Jax and Tamina, calling themselves the Samoan Slaughterhouse. The Riot Squad, aka Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. The Iconics, aka Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. By the way, Peyton Royce, love the dyed hair. Mama can get it. Peyton Royce was rocking that dyed hair. She looks great. She looks wonderful. She's always been fine to me. But damn. Like, I was like, man, that's wifey material right there, man. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Naomi and Carmella. Yeah. Those two had quite the week. One of their... What? Let me actually finish this up. Sasha and Bayley were the last ones. Alright, Naomi and Carmella. As you guys know, Carmella cheated with Corey Graves. And then Naomi also had a rough week because her husband, Jimmy Uso, squared up with a cop because he was drunk. Well, they were both drunk, really. They were driving down a wrong way. The wrong way in the street on a one-way. And the cop stopped them. And, you know, the one-way deal was... It was whatever. That probably wasn't a big deal. But when Jimmy Uso squared up with the cops, that was dumb. Because he could have got shot. I was like, bro, come on, man. I know you're Samoan, but you know this guy could have shot you, right? He was well within his rights to shoot you, especially when you squaring up against him. Don't do it. He got arrested. He didn't get shot, but he could have gotten shot. But as you know, those two, Carmella and Naomi, had a rough week. And I was thinking to myself, one, they're either going to be replaced by like Alexa Bliss and Mickie James, or like the Sky Pirates, Io Shirai and my favorite, Kairi Sane. Or they're just going to be eliminated fast. It was the latter. They were in and out. Carmella she didn't get no love from Houston. Houston was really hard on Carmella. There was a Corey's bitch chant. Corey's bitch. Corey's bitch. Yeah, they were not nice to Carmella at all. Poor Carmella. Naomi at least got some reaction, but Carmella was like, oh, that's not good at all. You poor thing. Hey, that's what happens when you cheat. That's what happens when you cheat. And there's no excuse about it. There is no excuse. The only thing that I feel sorry about, really, is the fact that Carmella got lumped into it. But I can't feel too bad about it because she did the deed. It takes two to commit adultery. So, they got her in and out before the heat took over. And getting into the match now, it was a tale of two matches. The first part of the match, the first half of the match, I wasn't into. It was very slow. It dragged. It was botchy. It was almost like... It was like they were really nervous and they were so worried about messing up that they just messed up everything. Nothing was clicking. They were missing drop kicks. They were dropping themselves. They were falling over. The chops and the punches and the kicks didn't look convincing. It was not good. It was not good at all. And even the people in my section were just like, this is dumb. This is turning out really bad. I was like, oh no. That's bad. I'm telling y'all, let me tell y'all something. With the women, these first times need to hit. These first times need to be on point, because if it ends up being even one bad match, that will put a damper on this women's evolution. All it takes is one bad match and But luckily for them, the last half of the match saved it. I thought the last half of the match was really good. From the Samoan Slaughterhouse entering, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel like Naomi and Tamina actually helped pick up the match a little bit. Especially when Naomi went crashing through one of the pods like a dumbass. Like a dumbass. Like a dumbass. You heard me. And then Tamina got ambushed by the rest of the teams. So yeah, that was interesting. I actually found myself enjoying that. But I really enjoyed seeing Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Sasha, and Bayley square off at the end. The first two tag teams who started off the match were the last two tag teams to end it. I thought that was cool. I thought that was really cool. And I love that Sasha sold her arm. I was very disappointed in the botch spot. As you know, Bayley got speared by Sonya Deville into the pod, and the pod was supposed to break, but it never did. Bayley basically bounced off of the glass, the little pixel glass. She just bounced off of it. She didn't break through it. And I was like, oh boy, that sucked. That could have been great. You know those spots where a wrestler gets thrown through an announcer table and the table doesn't break, and how it just feels kind of weak because the table didn't break? That was the same with this spot. She was supposed to go through the pod, but it never happened. But I did like the finish, where Sasha Banks had to sell her arm, and she couldn't lock in the bank statement fully, so she used her foot to apply the rest of the bank statement. And I'm thinking, you know what? That should be the submission move from now on. I love the use of her foot, like using her leg to choke out her opponent more than her other arm. I think that just works even better because it's like a Koji clutch mixed with a crossface, a Koji clutch crossface. Yeah. So from now on, I think Sasha should do that. Like, that should be the way she makes people tap out. A Koji clutch crossface. But anyways, Sasha Banks and Bayley become your inaugural, first time ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Because it's not like we've had other Women's Tag Team Champions. Jumping bombs! What? Sorry. But yes. Oh, super chat.
After tonight, would not mind Sonya versus Asuka.
I don't know if I would go with that one, but it would be a nice match for Fastlane. Not WrestleMania, though. But anyways, Sasha and Bayley become your first ever Women's Tag Team Champs. At least the WWE version of it. Not the WWF, but WWE versions of it. And I'm happy for them. They deserve it. Sasha and Bayley have basically wasted a year. They wasted a year with this tag team. Having them break up, get back together, break up, get back together, break up again, and then go to therapy, and then get back together, and then do 6 women tag matches. For nothing. Directionless. Absolute garbage the way they treated them. And this was their way to apologize.
Bayley hit the black bar between pods, not glass.
Right. She hit the black bar between the pods, but she was supposed to go through the glass. Thanks for that, Brandon. It still looked bad though, and I just feel bad that it got botched the way it did. But regardless, I'm happy that Sasha and Bayley got rewarded for all the bad booking WWE gave to them. They just basically gave them the tag titles as a way of saying, look, we know we booked y'all like crap, but hopefully this will make up for it. Hopefully. Now, the question is, who fights them? Who will be the first people to fight Sasha and Bayley for the tag team titles? Riot Squad? Probably. Samoan Slaughterhouse? Most likely. Don't know where else they're going to be defending these titles. Of course, they're going to be defending them on Smackdown as well. Can they defend them on NXT? Can Sasha and Bayley fight on NXT and go against Kairi Sane and Io Shirai? Because if that's the case, I hope they defend them at NXT TakeOver New York. I'm serious. Now, I know Io Shirai is going to be fighting Shayna Baszler more than likely at the pay-per-view, but imagine if we did Sasha and Bayley versus Kairi Sane and Io in like a TakeOver somewhere. That would be freaking amazing. I would love that match. So, whatever we do with them, I'm excited because it opens up new possibilities to do different things with the women. Overall, I'll say the match was solid. I don't think it was like really a really good match. It had a lot of issues with pacing. Like I said, the first half of the match was not good, but then they ended it strong. So I'll say it was solid. I enjoyed it for the most part. But would I go back and watch it? Maybe, but not on my own free will. Like if it was to come on my TV, I wouldn't be upset that it came on my TV. If that makes sense. So yes, Sasha and Bayley are your new women's tag team champions. We go on to, speaking of tag teams, the Smackdown Tag Team Championship match. The Miz and Shane McMahon taking on the Usos. Before the match, we saw Miz with Maurice coming out on stage, and Maurice announced to the world that they're having another baby. So Miz is out there banging Maurice and banging out babies. Call himself the baby maker. The money maker is now the baby maker. He should steal Heath Slater's catchphrase and call and have that little logo on his chest. I got kids. He's got kids. Poor Heath Slater. I feel bad for him. But yeah, that was interesting. WWE is really trying to push Miz as a babyface. They even did it in this match. He did a freaking springboard axe handle. A freaking springboard axe handle. And I went, damn, that was pretty cool. They were really trying to push him as a babyface. Unfortunately for the Miz and Shane, they end up dropping the belts to the Usos. So yes, although Jimmy Uso did get arrested, plans didn't change. The Usos, as I predicted, became your new tag team champs. Now what did shock me was that it happened due to a clean pin. Because I thought Miz was going to turn on Shane. That was my prediction. Oh yeah.
So is there going to be a women's tag belts for Smackdown? Or are the belts going to be defended on both brands? And if they're defended on both brands, doesn't that defeat the purpose of having a brand split?
Well, Super Chat Party. I'll answer your question in just a second.
WWE will find the finest athletes for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Eva Marie and Dana Brooke.
Jesus flipping Christ. You jest. But I wouldn't be shocked if they did bring back Eva Marie and Dana Brooke. Or even worse, the Bella Twins. Oh Lord, I agree.
I really love this PPV. The main event made me freaking mark out for Kofi's performance. And everyone else's performance in the main event.
It was a really amazing way to end the show. And I can't wait to talk about it. But it's going to be hard with all these super chats.
Shoot, why not?
Thank you guys for your super chat donations. It's amazing. I love you all. I love you all. I really love you all. Now, as I said, my prediction for the SmackDown Tag Team title match was for Miz to turn on Shane. That didn't happen. Miz just got pinned clean by one of the Usos. Forgot which one. And they lost the titles clean. And then after the match, we see Miz and Shane backstage where Miz is beating himself up. He's going crazy, saying that he cost him the match. That he was supposed to be the best in the world. That he was supposed to prove to Shane that he can live on that standard, be on that standard, meet that standard that Shane is, which is the best in the world, because Miz sees Shane as the best in the world. And he failed them. And that was not the direction I thought they were going to go in. That is a completely new, different direction, and they are doubling down on Miz being a babyface, which is making me go, I don't know if I like that. But I will say this. I thought the match was very good. I thought the match was fun. I thought Usos, Shane, and Miz did a really good job of getting the crowd excited. Lots of crazy spots. Shocking finish. Didn't see the Usos winning the way they did. So, really enjoyed the match. Really enjoyed it. We go on to, if I'm not mistaken, the Intercontinental Championship, right? Or a Super Chat.
I feel like after tonight, face Miz may be the plan.
I don't know about Miz being a face. I just think he's so much better as a heel. But if they want to try out the, if they really want to try out the Super Chat, oh my goodness, it's so many Super Chats. I'm just thinking Super Chats now. They really want to try out face Miz, they can go for it. Let's see how it works. I'm not going to tell them anyway, on how to book their own shows. Intercontinental Championship. Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. Handicap match versus Finn Balor. We all knew how this was going to end. We all kind of figured Lio Rush was in this match to eat the pen, to help Finn Balor win the championship. And I was the idiot that suggested that maybe Lio and Bobby were going to escape. Nope. It didn't go that way. It went exactly how everyone thought it would go. Finn Balor wins the IC Championship by beating Lio Rush. And not Bobby Lashley. Which allows Bobby Lashley to get his rematch against Finn at some later date, where Finn will pull out the demon. More than likely. Match was decent. Didn't really do much for me, really. I kind of wanted more from Lio Rush. But I knew he was purposely subduing his in-ring ability because of the people in the ring. And him eating the pen makes a lot of sense. And then afterwards, we see Bobby Lashley snap on Lio Rush and attack him. So now they're done. Lio Rush is on his own. And I hope that means he goes after the Cruiserweight Championship. Lio Rush versus Buddy Murphy is the way to go. That is a Cruiserweight match that better be on WrestleMania. I will be pissed off if we do Lio Rush versus Buddy Murphy and it's not on the WrestleMania card. Because Lio Rush should be fighting for the Cruiserweight Championship. He should be. And that match is way too good to be on anyone's pre-show. Hell, they did it in AEW. Hey, I tell you what, maybe Buddy Murphy and Lio Rush needs to threaten to go to AEW. Hey, we will leave. You can go to AEW if you don't put us on the main card. Oh Lord, for real.
Maybe Shane will give Miz a shot at the WWE title against Bryan at WrestleMania.
I don't know. I don't know if I can accept anyone else going for the belt except for the guy that I'm going to suggest at the end of this video. No offense to Miz. I just feel like it's Kofi's time. And we'll get to that in just a second. But, yeah, Finn Balor is now your IC champion. And Bobby Lashley has broken away from Finn Balor. No. Well, maybe. He's broken away from Lio Rush. That's all I know. And Lio Rush should go after Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight Championship. Into that. Next up, Raw Women's Championship. Ruby Riott versus Ronda Rousey. This was a competitive match. It went back and forth. Shoot, who am I kidding? This was a squash match. The very definition of a squash match. They didn't even give Ruby Riott a shot. A hint of a chance at beating Ronda Rousey. And it pisses me off because Ruby Riott is a great talent. This isn't even worth a grade. This was a dud. Y'all couldn't have at least given Ruby Riott 5 minutes on the mic. 5 minutes. 5 minutes on the microphone. No, she was a joke. She was a straight up joke. She went in there, got out of the ring, took a beating, got out of the ring, and then tapped out. It was a waste. It was a waste of Ruby Riott. You could have done a lot more. You could have done a lot more for Ruby. But I guess she's not the plan, so screw her, right? Whatever. I didn't like this. Actually, it might be my least favorite part of the entire show. I didn't like this at all. Because I just feel like Ruby should have gotten something. But they made up for it with what happened next. So, after the squash, we see Charlotte Flair on the outside of the ring. And she came out before the match to make the crowd angry because she's an evil, evil person. And then she got in the face of Ronda after the match. And as this happened, we all thought to ourselves, okay, where's Becky? Where Becky gonna come in from? And long and behold, here comes Becky hobbling on crutches through the crowd. No security guard is stopping her. This woman, once again, is suspended. Suspended. She shouldn't be here. Security doesn't stop her. There were security guards all around her, and they were just standing there. No one went after her. They just let her hobble her way through the barricade into the ring. No one tried to stop her. And Charlotte and Ronda is just looking at her walking the ring. And I'm telling myself, she's faking it. She's faking her injury. She's about to attack. And she gets in the ring, throws the crutch at Charlotte, and then starts wailing at Charlotte. And by the way, those crutch shots that Becky did were ballistic. They were crazy. She walloped the freak out of Ronda. She hit Ronda so hard she busted her open. Like Ronda was bleeding from this side of her head. She hit her so hard. It was ridiculous. But she beat the piss out of Charlotte and Ronda. And then after the fact, now security wants to stop her and drag her out. Oh, we'll stop Becky now after she's caused damage. Not before she caused damage. People who write these segments don't get out much. You just know with the way these segments are written, the person who wrote it did not get out. Does not get out a lot. The point of security is to stop them from doing it before the damage gets done. Not stop them after they've done the damage. That's so stupid. But I can be here all day nitpicking this. It doesn't matter. After the beatdown, Becky is escorted out. You know where this is leading. It's leading to a triple threat match. Let's see how we get there. I don't want to talk about this no DQ match. Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman. It was stupid. It was dumb. I hated it. It was just as bad as I thought it would be. Freaking Baron Corbin had help from Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley to triple team Braun Strowman.
Why UFC fighter bleeds so often in WWE? Lesnar bleeds in basically every bigger match, and now Ronda bleeds as well.
Man, who knows? I just think that they probably prefer it that way because it's Ronda and Lesnar.
Hey, it's Micah. Saw you in the line tonight at the PPV.
What's up, Micah? Thank you for saying hi. I appreciate that, man. Good to see you. It was nice to see you actually show up and greet me. I appreciate that. By the way, guys, to all the fans out there, if you ever see me in public, do not be afraid to come up and say hi. I will greet you. I will say hi. I will start a conversation. It will probably be awkward, but I will say hi to you. I do not bite. I only got 92 likes. I only got 92 likes. Guys, like the video. I should have given you guys a goal. Let's go ridiculous. Let's go 300. I want 300 likes for this review. 300 likes is the goal. I should have given you guys a goal. So 300 likes. That's the goal for this review. Like the video if you haven't already liked it. Get me a 300 likes. 300 likes. But thank you, Micah, for saying hi. Like I said, the DQ match, the no DQ match was stupid. seeing Corbin, McIntyre, and Lashley dominate Braun Strowman and then help Corbin win, it really just goes to show you how far Braun Strowman has fallen off. Remember when Braun Strowman was the highest act in WWE? And keep this in mind, I always point this out. Braun Strowman is a WWE creation. He's not AJ Styles. He's not Daniel Bryan. He's not CM Punk. He ain't Chris Hero, Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli. He's not Ricochet, Gargano, Ciampa. People who were created outside of WWE. Adam Cole, baby. He wasn't an indie star. Braun Strowman is a pure WWE creation that got over. That the fans loved. And they screwed him up by waiting too long to give him the belt. Now nobody cares about him. And now look how he's being booked. That's what happens when you wait too goddamn long to capitalize on someone. You should have given him the belt when he was hot in 2017. That was the time to do it. You waited way too long. For real, for real.
Nia and Tamina should have won. Now what you do is book Sasha and Bayley facing them at Mania. They win. Becky wins. The UFC's 4 horsewomen attack Sasha, Bayley, and Becky. Charlotte waits and then helps.
And that sets up the match for SummerSlam or Survivor Series. Honestly, we should hold off on the 4 horsewomen bout because I don't know if you've been watching NXT, but Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke are garbage in the ring. They are not good. They need work. A lot of work. They're not as good as Ronda and Shayna, who picked it up like fish to water. These two, Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir, they are not good. They are not picking it up as fast as they should. So do not do that match this year. Hold off on it. I think it should be held off on until they get good enough. That's for sure. But, yeah, man. I don't got anything else to say about that no DQ match. Braun Strowman was, I don't want to say he was buried, because WWE already kind of buried him before this match, but he did not look good. He is not the Braun Strowman we came to love. And with that said, we finally, we get to the main event. The WWE World Championship Elimination Chamber match. Daniel Bryan, the new Daniel Bryan, taking on AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, and Jeff Hardy. Kofi freaking Kingston had a breakout performance. 2 of them this week. One on Smackdown during that gauntlet match, and then this one. When I tell you that I felt like a kid watching WWF for the first time, this match had me invested. This match had me rooting for Kofi to beat my favorite wrestler. Guys, I am the hardcore wrestling fans who love Daniel Bryan. I am the hardest of hardcore Daniel Bryan fans you will ever meet. And they had me rooting against Bryan. I wanted Kofi Kingston to win so badly. I wanted him to beat my favorite wrestler. That's how invested I was. I was booing Bryan. I was cheering everything Kofi Kingston did. When Mark Henry came out on the pre-show, I didn't mention this, but Mark Henry came out on the pre-show, and I forgot the interview. I think it was Charlie Caruso. She asked him who should win the Rumble. Kofi chants. Loud Kofi chants. We wanted to see the black guy win. Houston is all about the little guy succeeding. The cultures seeing success. And I feel like, I gotta say it, I think WWE missed an opportunity here. This would have been a great time to give Kofi that belt. It would have been the perfect time to do it. Black History Month. The atmosphere was right. The crowd was ready. They were ready for Kofi to win that belt. You could have had him winning and drop it right back to Daniel Bryan at Fastlane or on Smackdown. I don't care. But Kofi, man, he became a star tonight. He's always been a superstar in the eyes of fans because of the New Day. But on his own, this was his night. This was the night. 11 years. 11 years of busting his ass. Winning every single championship he can. IC, US, tag team belts. You name it. All the belts he can possibly win except the big one. The WWE Championship. And tonight was this night. And I get it. I know you guys are going to say this was supposed to be Mustafa Ali's push. You know what? I will give credit where credit is due. Mustafa Ali would have done great with this push. If Mustafa Ali did not get hurt, I feel like he would have gotten the same reaction. Because Daniel Bryan, as a heel, as a villain, he is able to make anybody look good. Daniel Bryan just taking a step away from Kofi Kingston. This man was fighting Samoa Joe at the beginning of the match. And he was hitting him with these chops. And every time he would hit Samoa Joe would no-sell it. And Bryan would go, "Oh, no, brother. No, brother. No, brother." Reminded me of Ric Flair when he used to chop Sting or Hulk Hogan and they would no-sell it.
I didn't see the show, but I did see the ending. Now I need Bryan versus Kofi at WrestleMania.
Oh man, you got there before I did. You're gonna get it. I think we need to get that match, and I'll explain in just a second after this super chat. Meanwhile,
one day we just wanted Kofi for a day.
let's see here. I'm being told that I'm lagging. I think what happens is, I think it's this super chat. This new super chat might be causing me to lag. So I'll go back to my old super chat. I just wanted to try out something different. I apologize for that. If this is causing me to lag, I'll fix it. You got another super chat coming in. You guys are going crazy with these super chats tonight. I thank you for it.
Kofi vs. Bryan at Mania. Kofi even brings out the old theme song and gear from 2009. Beats Bryan, gets his well-deserved moment. Sorry for super chat.
Do not apologize for giving me any kind of money, guys. You donate, I will give you a moment. I will give you your time and your space and your time to speak. Because that is your money that you're giving to me, and you deserve to have a platform. That's why when you give me a super chat, I shut up. I give you your time. Every single one of you. I don't care how long this podcast is. It can go 3 hours for all I care. It can go 10 hours. I will sit here and not say a word when your super chat hits my screen. Because that is your time. That is your money. I will not interrupt you. But getting back to what I was saying, Daniel Bryan reminds me of Ric Flair when he used to chop his opponents and he would go, "No, brother," and they would no-sell it like Sting and Hogan. "No, brother." And Flair was king at making his opponents look 10 times better than what they really were. Bryan did that for everybody in this match. He did it for Joe. I thought Joe looked like a beast. First one eliminated, but he looked like a beast. He did it for AJ, and he did it mostly for Kofi Kingston. Champions like Daniel Bryan need to have long runs because they're able to take the roster and make them 10 times better just because he's that good. And Bryan, I love what he's doing because as you've noticed, he's kind of not too much but taking a step away from doing too much inside the ring and is doing more character-driven stuff inside the ring. You notice that during his matches, he's taunting the crowd, he's using more vocals, he's being more animated with the way people kick out, with his facial expressions. He's becoming more of a character, a villain. And he's using that well, to compensate for the fact that he can't wrestle the style that he used to wrestle, one, but also to make the matches a lot more important. And I thought in this match, it came through very well. Bryan was excellent as a villain, and he was so good at it. I was rooting against him when Kofi was on that tear. The last part of the match was excellent. So after Samoa Joe got eliminated, we saw Jeff Hardy come into the ring, put AJ Styles on top of the turnbuckle, and hit a freaking swanton bomb on AJ Styles while he was on top of the turnbuckle, only to stand up and eat a running knee from Daniel Bryan, get the pinfall, 1, 2, 3. That was cool. And then AJ ate an RKO. He was going for a flying forearm, and then he fell into an RKO from Randy Orton. That was awesome too. And then Randy Orton, oh my goodness, 10 years in the making. 10 years in the making. He ate Kofi Kingston's Trouble in Paradise and got pinned. We're all talking about when Kofi got buried, when Randy Orton RKO'd in 2009. Stupid.
Kofi wins at Mania and passes it to Ali at SS.
Actually, I disagree, and I'll tell you why. Follow me here. So as I said, it comes down to Kofi and Bryan after Kofi got his much-needed revenge on Randy Orton. 10 years later? 10 years later? When I tell you that these two had the entire arena on their feet. Kids, adults, men, women, seniors, your mama, your auntie, your uncle, that guy across the street who doesn't even watch wrestling, they were all on their feet. Somehow, he was somehow involved in this. They were all on their feet when this was going on. Kofi was the man. Everyone wanted Kofi to win, and it was amazing.
This might Bryan's best run. Yes, even better than his 2013-2014 Yes movement.
It's getting
run.
there. It's getting there, Spinosaurus. It really, really is turning out to be one of the best runs I've seen.
Jeff Hardy is a freaking legend.
He definitely is, man. I gotta get back to Kofi though. He was the man. The guy was a superstar. The way fans were reacting to Kofi reminded me of the way fans reacted to wrestlers during the Attitude Era. They wanted him to win so badly. And the way Kofi was selling was amazing. His selling was on point. I love the spots where they were kicking each other. The crowd was chanting no for Bryan and yes for Kofi. Every time Bryan hit Kofi or did something to him, they were chanting no. It was awesome. And then there was a spot where they were going back and forth with kicks, and Kofi was eating the kicks and eating the kicks. He was like, come on! I waited too long for this!
My dad criticizes me for my personally signed poster from Becky cause she's a woman. It has value to me cause I didn't think I'd ever meet her, but I did.
Congratulations, man. You at least got to meet Becky. I want to meet her now. You know what I'm saying? But Kofi was the highlight of the night. And I keep thinking to myself, I keep telling myself, this wasn't supposed to happen. This was supposed to be Mustafa Ali. And I gotta say, as much as I love Mustafa Ali, I appreciate his work. I think he's a great athlete. I still feel like it's a little too soon for him to get this much attention. Now, I'm not saying this wouldn't have worked with Mustafa Ali. I'm just saying I'd rather it be Kofi than Mustafa. I think it was a blessing in disguise that Kofi got this spot over Mustafa Ali. I think Mustafa Ali can still get it down the line. I think he's definitely a future world champion. But for right now, this was Kofi's time. And I remember the last few seconds of the match. So, Bryan goes for the knee. He hits a super knee plus, or the flying knee, whatever you call it, on Kofi. Kofi sold it like $1,000,000. He did a freaking backflip with it. And Bryan goes to pin him. 1, 2, and Kofi kicked out. And the crowd lost their minds. It was amazing. And Bryan sold it like a freaking pro. And then I think Bryan did some other stuff after that. And he went for the knee a second time. And Kofi connected with the Trouble in Paradise. And we're all thinking, new world champ. And Kofi pinned him 1, 2. And then Bryan countered it to a schoolboy pin or a roll-up pin. And we're like, no. 1, 2. And then Kofi kicked out. And it was like, oh my God, this roller coaster is amazing. It was quite the roller coaster. And then it came down to Kofi doing a diving splash off the top of the pod, missed, and got hit with a running knee for the pinfall. A heartbreaking pinfall. 1, 2, 3. The crowd went silent. And it wasn't one of those, this is boring silence. It was a kind of silent reaction that you get when you see your home team lose to an away team. You know, let's just say the Rockets are fighting the Lakers. Those of you who don't know what basketball is.
Crowd went silent at the end. They knew it was over.
But I was going to bring that up. It was the kind of silence where your home team was just about to win the match, just about to win the game, and then the away team gets like a 3-pointer and sneaks away with a victory. That kind of silence. Everyone thought Kofi was going to win, and then Bryan brought him right back down to earth. He brought him right back down to earth when he pinned him. But it was awesome. They had us buying into it. You don't get that a lot. You don't get a lot of wrestlers that make us buy into it. And I loved every single minute of this. It was amazing. And I have to say right now, the right match to do for WrestleMania. Now, I know we have to do Mustafa Ali versus Daniel Bryan. We can do that at Fastlane. We could do Mustafa Ali and Bryan at Fastlane, get it out the way. The right match to do at WrestleMania is Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. I will not accept anything else. Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan is the way to go. Kofi needs to get his moment. I understand that Kofi was not supposed to get this push, but you gave it to him. And now it's sticking with him. It stuck with him. Fans want to see Kofi win the championship. We want a pure African-American WWE champion, which we have never got before. WWE, understand this. Fans think you guys are racist because you don't have any pure black champions. Yes, The Rock was a champion, but he's not pure black. He's Samoan and black. Kofi Kingston can be the first ever pure African-American WWE champion in your history. And the time to do it. It was great to do it tonight during Black History Month. Especially during this match. But now,
Kofi versus Bryan at WrestleMania. Match tonight was fire.
Yes, it was. But I personally feel like the right match to do at WrestleMania is what everybody else has been saying. Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. And in that match, that's when Kofi needs to win it. That's the time to have Kofi win the belt. And then what I would do is have Kofi drop the belt to Samoa Joe. And then Samoa Joe drops the belt to Mustafa Ali. That's how I would do it. I think Samoa Joe needs to get the belt this year. This year needs to be Samoa Joe's run. And he should drop that belt to Mustafa Ali. That's what I would do. That's what needs to happen. And that is basically my booking for the rest of the year. But it's time. It's time for Kofi Kingston to get his moment. It's time for Kofi Kingston to have his time in the spotlight. He is literally one of the highest acts you have on SmackDown now. And you might not have planned for that to happen, but that's what happens when you give people like Kofi the opportunity. A man that's waited for this opportunity for 11 years. 11 long years. And he knocked it out of the park. He took the ball, ran with it, scored a touchdown, got a baseball, and then knocked it out of the park. And then that baseball turned into a basketball and somehow flew his way into a freaking basketball court where there was a basketball goal, and it went into the goal. That was ridiculous, but I hope you got all that. Kofi Kingston just basically did the impossible tonight. He reminded us why we've all been wanting to see him as world champion. It's time. Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. I will not accept anything else. I will not accept it. I don't care if you bring Aleister Black up and fight Bryan. That's not what I want to see. I want to see Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Make it happen. Make it happen. Make it happen. I don't care what you gotta do to make that happen. That needs to be the match we see at Mania. Fastlane, we can do Mustafa Ali versus Bryan. I'm okay with that. But WrestleMania needs to be Kofi's night. It needs to be Kofi's night. It needs to be Kofi's night. I will not accept anything else. I will not accept anything else. I repeat, I will not accept anything else. WWE. So tweet WWE. Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 35. Make it freaking happen.